You should ask us how we started the shop.
Okay. How did Shop of Fools come about?
Yeah. Okay. So we all three of us came from
a pretty shitty apprenticeship
program. Yeah.
Can I say shit?
Yeah, for sure.
So the three of us, separate of each other, all like had the dream to be tattoo artists. And one of the routes to becoming tattoo artists is like to become an apprentice. And so we kind of found like this school in Bushwick where they'll like train you, take your money, and
basically exploit you until they can't anymore.
They sell the promise that at the end of the program you'll be like a tattoo artist, which is the dream for a lot of people.
We ended up all getting kicked out because we were fighting for what we thought was what we were owed from the program. And then about 5 days later,
fuck it, let's make a studio.
Yeah. Mike and I met up and started talking about opening or signing a lease together and talking about who we could possibly want to work with us. Glenn was the only person.
And I had only met them like
once or twice. Yeah.
Once or twice each.
But we called him up and we were like, "Hey, dude, do you want to start a tattoo shop with us?" He was like, "I'm on my way back from California right now." We were like, "Well, we're gonna sign a lease," and he was like, "Okay, sure, let's do it." And so we did that, and it ended up working out really well.
So, how long have each of you been tattooing for?
I'd say about 4 or 5 years now. I tattooed for like a year before I apprenticed. I was like practicing on my friend and myself.
I started practicing tattooing when I was like 15. So I've been professionally tattooing since 2019. So for three or 4 years now.
Yeah, I guess I'm at about 3 years ish. Mm-hmm. But then just started tattooing my legs in my apartment.
Cool.
And went from there.
So, like, what do you think, or what's one thing you wished newcomers or someone getting their first ever tattoo knew before their first appointment?
Reference photos and how to send those. Mm-hmm. A lot of the time people will send just a tattoo and they'll say, "Hey, I want this." But we don't really like to copy off of other artists. We don't like to do the exact same design as somebody else because we don't want to step on other people's business also. People come to that specific artist for that specific thing, and we don't want to like take that from people. That's almost robbing them of their livelihood, which feels very, very wrong. So I think we prefer reference photos to be like actual photos of things or just like sketches of stuff. Or like if you're gonna send a tattoo reference, be like, this is the kind of style that I want, but then send other references as well for like positioning of things. And yeah.
Right. How would you guys describe like your individual style? If you could like use words to describe it, I guess.
Yeah, I mean it's always evolving. Black and gray. I like organic things, like flowers, things that flow, things that don't have like really defined shapes is what I like to draw.
My tattoo style is primarily doodles, and I specialize in color. I am definitely very inspired by Adventure Time and other cartoons like that. I try to do a lot of my own work. I do a lot of custom work too, though, and I try to keep it mixed up at the same time.
Yeah, I do a lot of black and gray, like realism, like anime tattoos, like spooky skellies. Yeah.
What do you think the tattoo industry struggles with, and what do you hope to see more of in the future of tattooing?
Highly editing their photos.
Wanting things to be perfect.
Yeah, like that's more the core of it. Thank you.
It's a very imperfect art, and I think that's something that's really beautiful about it. I like seeing raw photos of tattoos. Yeah. I like seeing the red and the blood. Like, we just did this just now.
Something that is happening though is the gatekeepingness of the tattoo industry is kind of fading away.
When you say gatekeeping, do you mean kind of the push to like need to have an apprenticeship and need to go through that process?
Yeah, that. Just even the look of you, people won't even apprentice you just because they don't like you sometimes.
That's how I started. Yeah. That was only 3-4 years ago. But now, yeah, we have clients that come in and they're like, I'm tattooing, and like, it's awesome. It's the oldest art form, one of the oldest art forms. We've been doing it since the beginning of human beings, and I think that everybody should have access to that.
Tattoo shops are dying out too, which is kind of cool. There's more private tattoo studios that are opening up, giving people like more of a, I don't know, make them feel better.
Yeah, I mean, it just used to be like really intimidating to walk into a tattoo shop.
You kind of touched upon this a few seconds ago, but about how like it's the oldest form of art or one of the oldest forms of art. Like, can you just talk more about like what you love about your job and just tattooing in general?
Coming in every day, meeting new people, and getting to give them a piece of artwork that they love and will keep forever. It's a good
That's good.
make a blood pact with somebody, basically.
Yeah. It's really cool.
It's great.
It's an energy transfer. Like, it's one of the last things that I think like you can't really commodify. You can't mass produce it. It feels very real and very personal, and feels like curating little museums.
I love collecting tattoos and art from other people, so that's the best part of it. I don't really care what I get as long as it's something from the tattoo artist that they enjoy doing. I love it.
It kind of feels like it's an exchange. It's a trade. Like, you're giving me. It's not that you're giving me pain, but like you're giving me patience and endurance because you're taking all of this pain,
Patience.
kind of like fueling all that energy, and then giving you the tattoo in response. I don't know. It's
Very magical. Tattooing
Yeah.
is very, very magical. I like it a lot.